What happened in between? Let's say 8 years now. Where was the conversation? What was going on?
I think the marriage went rough.
Right.
There was rapprochement between the government and the union over these years, and if you notice, most of the strike actions were from individual agencies or organizations within the aviation industry, and not against the government itself or its policy concerning their condition of service. They've been partnering with the same minister on concession on the national carrier, and left the core, which is the welfare of their members.
That was where they missed it.
Yes, which they are just fighting for at the last minute. And how would you be fighting now when in 2019 or even 2015, let's start from 2015, the number of staff that they met, that the President Minister met, has almost doubled. So it has increased the wages of the agencies. It has made the little resources that has not made them operate efficiently go worse. So I thought they should have started with when they were packing the agencies with people who were not even qualified to be staffing the agencies, and we were just impeding training and career development for other staff members. Now all has come up now, and for this, what they're asking for is genuine. And like you said, why wait till the 90th minute before you realize that you need to get this done? This should have come up in the early stages of the second term of this government.
Please, you have the numbers.
No, I cannot give you those numbers here now. But I know that, and in the last 2 months, it has even worsened, because it's as money is going, almost everybody that comes into the ministry for a visit is now being moved into one agency or the other, and this will also affect what the unions are fighting for, because they're going to increase the cost on the agencies. So I think that we still have much, but my fear is, why develop all the problems we're having now? We're virtually pushing it to the incoming government to come and resolve. Because I'm sure anybody coming to the Ministry of Aviation now is not coming in to sit down in peace. I'm sure the first 6-7 months of resuming office, it will be trashing problems that are left behind, including the litigation.
Let's look at the...
Well, sorry. Do you think that looking at this issue of staff, that the best way to do it is also to weed out the staff? Why didn't they ask for that? Why didn't they say, look, when we made this agreement, this was our staff strength. Now that we are this, our staff has almost doubled. Why don't they say, okay, why don't you weed out? I mean, did they need those staff?
Unions can never say that publicly or part of a policy, because their main job, their primary core objective is to save jobs and the welfare of their staff. So they will never say that. They might say it off the records, but they would never say it with staff. But they should know that they must start with that, because everywhere is now populated with people based on political appointments, and they're all over the place, which is affecting the career development. I think that is more important for me. Let them start from there before they begin to adjust into the appropriate welfare structure for their members. They must address that.
Now, there's the matter of the minister, Hadi Sirika, being quiet about this matter that some persons have pointed out. And it begs the question of the sincerity of the minister to addressing some of these issues from your point of view. What do you think?
You see, for me, like I said, the minister had a very good relationship with the unions till almost about maybe 2-3 months ago. They went with him to talk. They took all of them to Turkey and Brazil to go and look at our airport and concession. They went to the African countries to see what Ethiopian Airlines is doing with other African partners. So they've been jollying and working together. But for me, I think there's the minister have made some mistakes, which we just wait for maybe June 1st to start seeing corrections. But I think the greatest of all is that this is a period where the man should be transitioning. He should be preparing his handover. But rather than do that, he's still trying to implement and then take decisions. And one of them is the demolition of the agencies, which the unions have added to their demands. What are you demolishing now? Prepare your handover notes. Let the new minister and the new regime decide on that. Put in your handover that from June 1st, start demolishing anything you see that asks you to demolish. Good, then let's see what the new government will say. I think the minister should step down on all projects and implementation right now and just prepare his handover notes.
In other words, he has had a very, very bad tenure as minister. It must be a disaster as minister. One, you're overemployed, you don't have the resources. You are postponing the evil day. You are trying to demolish stuff.
I think it's even goes beyond the overemployment, because even the overemployment is even tweaked to its side of the country. There was no further character in the employment, and these are the things that must be looked at when the new government comes in.
That is the creates more problems about weeding out. So if
Exactly.
you start weeding out, they'll say you are weeding out because you are trying to take you are discriminating.
That will be inevitable, because if you don't weed that, if you don't appropriately do the staff structure, those agencies would never run efficiently and competently.
I had this problem with NIMASA when I attended they were doing a problem, they were giving the rewards to staff who have served a certain number of years. And I discovered that each year that they went to reflected the staff of sorry, what am I saying? The DG at each time reflected the ethnic and the regional proclivity of the DG. Those are the people who were being given rewards at a particular time, which means that if I'm DG from Shekiri land, then I put the Shekiri people there. Then I'm DG from Sokoto, I put people from Sokoto, and so on. So it means that there was no fairness, and these are some of the things that we need to look at. I don't think we have what they call it, a template or regulations yet to guide employment of people when it comes to agencies in the country, because this is the terrible thing that is going on everywhere.
But there's the federal character there that
who monitors
it.
Exactly, that's the point. And also, sorry, but the agencies, the other minister also refused to inaugurate the board of directors on all the agencies, despite orders being given by the political party, by the head, by the president, and other relevant bodies in the industry. It was never inaugurated, and that gave him a leeway to run the agencies directly by himself. And look at what has happened.
What's going on?
We are seeing unions shutting down the industry. We are seeing litigations from the concession to Nigeria. All will be left, and all this mess will be taken care of by what will be inherited. By the new government.